This is the reason why so many men suffer in a relationship. The first and most important reason is that we women just have too many expectations. When we used to talk about a provider husband, we meant a man who could take care of us financially and provide us with safety. But nowadays, we don't just want a husband who can provide for us financially. We want him to be our best friend, to help us in the household because we also work. We want him to give us financial advice. We don't understand men anymore because nowadays women are working as well, and that means that we have stepped into our masculine energy, because in order to survive in a man's world that's all about competition, we had to toughen up. And because we are not in touch anymore with our soft side, our feminine side, we don't want to accept men and listen to them. And at the same time, we want a relationship like it used to be in the 80s and the 90s, when a man would have to go through trouble if he wanted to date a girl, because he still had to write letters, call on a landline, there was no texting, and no last-minute late-night dates. And that's why men suffer in relationships, because they can't keep up with all these roles they have to play nowadays. But if we want those kind of men back, men who are tuned into their masculine energy and who know how to take the lead, then we have to learn to tune into our soft side again. Because one thing is for sure, a masculine man doesn't want to be in a relationship with somebody who's just like him in attitude. This is why good girls attract bad guys. Of course, a man will always love it when you want to show him your nurturing side, when you tell him that you miss him and that you love him and that you want to take care of him. But the kind of woman who's always prioritizing the well-being of her man and she's always thinking of ways to please him, that's not the kind of woman who gets her man's respect. Because a man only respects the kind of woman who makes him work for it to earn her love. So when you are too nice and too sweet and too accommodating to a man, and you always show him that you're there for him, then the kind of man that you will attract is the lazy one, the one that doesn't want to do anything for the relationship. The kind of man who's fine with you doing all the work because he has no intention to do anything himself. He won't just ask you what you can bring to the table, he will expect you that you build the table. If you want to attract a good man, you must understand that you must always give to a man as much as he gives to you. Because if you give of yourself so easily without any boundaries or limitations, then a man won't just only not respect you, he will also not see your value. Because a man only values what he himself has to invest in. This is the kind of woman every man wants. You see, a man's value lies in his future because he's always busy with becoming a better version of himself, a version that he himself can be proud of. But for a man to ask for help on his mission is something he will never do, because society has taught him that that is what makes him look weak. But because men don't talk about how they're trying to get to where they want in life, that doesn't mean that they don't have problems or that they're not suffering. And because for us women it's so important to talk about problems, when a man doesn't speak, we automatically assume that he's fine. And although he doesn't really need you to solve his problems or to give him instructions of how to get to his goal, the one thing he does need from a woman is that she believes in him. Because when a man has a woman next to him who supports him, who's there for him, and who believes that he can get to where he wants to go, that's the kind of woman every man needs. Because most of the time, it's the woman who sees the potential in a man, even before he sees it himself.